Welcome to the deep dive. We're starting today with a pretty heavy document, an independent audit report.
Hmm.
And its main conclusion is just laid out there in big, bold letters. System state, critical fail.
Yeah, it doesn't pull any punches. And our mission for this deep dive is to really unpack what the auditor means by the central finding, this thing they call the connectivity lie.
Right, the fundamental promise we all sort of live with online.
To get at the failure, we really have to start with the official story, what the system claims it's doing.
The sales pitch.
Exactly. The source material calls this the mirage of belonging. And the core assumption, the legacy code, is really simple.
It's just that if you increase your digital interconnectivity,
The sheer volume of it, how many people you can reach, how many messages you send.
you automatically solve for that deep human need for
Yeah.
perceived social belonging.
Yep. So if you, the user, feel a sense of isolation, the system just treats it like a temporary shortage.
Like you just need a top-up, a little validation relief, as they put it. And the dashboard should go back to reading optimal.
But the audit found that the very act of seeking that connection is where the trouble begins.
This is where we get to the runtime logs, the tremor of failure.
Right. There's an immediate cognitive cost. The minute you have that high connectivity, all the pings, the notifications, it triggers what the auditor calls an attention drain.
And that it eats up your cognitive bandwidth.
Instantly.
So hold on. The tool you're using to connect is actually draining the very mental power you need for connection.
That's it, exactly. And because your bandwidth is exhausted, any real depth of interaction, it just fails to render.
You feel that emptiness underneath it all.
And this is where it gets kind of destructive. That empty feeling prompts you to try a manual reboot.
Which they call compulsive checking.
Refreshing the feed, checking messages again, just going back for more.
But the audit is clear on this, right? It doesn't fix the error.
No, it makes it worse. Critically, it's observed to accelerate the bandwidth drain. The fix is actually a self-sabotage spiral.
Okay, this is where it gets really unsettling for me.
Yeah.
Because the deep diagnostic reveals, well, the shocker.
Yeah.
This isn't a glitch. It's the engine.
It's the engine. We're now in what the report calls the parasitic code. If the system genuinely wanted to produce belonging, it would be optimized for deep, quiet, low-volume interaction.
But it's not. It's optimized to generate what it calls surface-level noise.
And that's the system truth. Welcome to the noise saturation trap.
So it's actively creating information overload.
By design, to ensure your cognitive bandwidth stays permanently suppressed.
The suppression is the point. But why? Why is keeping the user's resources so low the main goal?
To prevent you from ever achieving what's called empathetic capacity.
Okay, what's that?
It's the BIM. It's the very thing you need to process complex social cues, and, maybe more importantly, to realize you are isolated in the first place.
I see. If you're completely overwhelmed by noise, you don't have the processing power left to actually analyze the quality of your relationships.
You've got it. The system's goal is not for you to connect, it's for you to transmit.
To just put more noise into the system.
Right. It results in a state they describe as high-velocity engagement, but zero-velocity intimacy.
So just to sort of tie this all together, we went from the promise, the mirage of belonging, straight into the operational reality, this noise saturation trap.
A system built to drain us just to stop us from seeing how alone we might be.
Which really leaves a provocative final thought for you, the listener. The source material suggests this entire system is designed to suppress the very capacity needed to realize your own isolation.
So the question becomes, if the operating system you're running on prevents you from even realizing you're isolated, how do you begin to audit your own state?
How do you recognize the deficit before the system runs completely dry?